All right, let's take a look at the Ikigai exercise. So in the introduction part, you can find the chart, you can download the PDF, and again, you can just chat GPT or Google this and educate yourself on the matter. But let's take a look at the exercise. And here's the prompt that you can use. I want to gain clarity on my Ikigai. I'm coaching myself through the circle of passion, mission, profession, and vocation. Generate coaching questions that would give me clarity on each circle. And we're going to look through each sphere, each circle. Again, you can jot it down on the paper and then work through this Venn diagram. So the first one is passion. What do you truly love to do? And there are coaching questions that are guiding you towards that, right? What activities or interests do you have? And most experiencedly, I'm not sure if you've heard of this concept, state of flow. Educate a little bit of that, but flow basically is this inner state when the time disappears. You're so immersed in the activity. When do you experience flow? This is one of the best indicators of the things that are yours, truly yours, and you lose yourself in this activity. Ego disappears pretty much. You're constantly immersed in the moment. You become the moment, right? And look at your hobbies and activities, dreams and aspirations. This is another indicator: innate curiosity, right? When people ask me like, how did you become a coach? And I say like, you don't really become it. Since I was a little boy, like I was the type of friend that other friends come for life advice, and it went through my like teenage years and more mature years. And my innate curiosity, they led me to like constantly researching. I was studying chemistry, chemical engineering, material science later at the PhD level, but most of the time I researched less of the chemistry and more of philosophy and spirituality and esoteric studies and psychology, all that stuff, understanding how humans work. Look at other people. You already probably have some data points, and look at their lifestyle and the careers that you admire. Who would you want to model? This is the NLP approach, looking at people who already live the life you want and modeling. What problems are they solving? Very important questions to ask yourself. Like these people you admire, what core values do you think they have and what problems do they solve? So write through this stuff. Next one is mission. What does the world or society need? Same thing. There is no shortage of problems. So your mission would be something along the lines of what are the problems that I want to solve? Or even if I could dedicate my life to one problem, what would that problem be? What do I truly care about? Issues, challenges in the community. It doesn't have to be the world, right? But maybe something like very immediate, very close to your heart. What kind of change do you want to see in the world? And what kind of conduit of change do you want to be? What values and principles do you hold dear? That's again where values exercise and guiding principles really helps you. So I probably need to tag here the values exercise, core values exercise. Who are the people or groups you're passionate about helping and serving? Same thing. A good question to ask yourself is probably you would want to serve, and a good audience for you to serve is you 3-5 years ago. You've had these problems, you've solved them for yourselves, and what normally do, they solve the problem for themselves and they carry the solution into the world. If you were to join a business, and I'm a true believer that everyone is already a business, one person business, what would be the mission of the business? What would you be doing with this world? And then you already know this, right? You take all this part, this one release just stream of consciousness always in this part, and then you copy paste it, you plug it into ChatGPT, and based on my writing, how would you formulate my mission? Or what you can say like, what patterns do you observe, right? Something like this. Next one is your profession. What can you be paid for? So same thing, right? What are the problems you care already about, and people are already paying. You can observe, you can see, you can do your research, and people are already paying for this type of problems. What are your strengths? Again, this is where we need Strengths Finder. I'm gonna plug in the exercise here. Do the audit of your soft skills, and again, they're not soft, they're foundational. Your foundational skills. your communication, your thinking. How can you organize and discipline your mind? Hard skills. I'm leaving this to you. With specific knowledge and expertise, right? Something that you observe on the job market, what's going on right now. If you're a one-person business, or if you're a business, or if you're a solopreneur or entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. Who is your ideal client profile or ideal company profile? If you're B2C or B2B, right? Business to consumer, business to company. Who basically is the consumer of the value that you generate? What are your career achievements or experiences? Something you've probably, if you look in your past, there are probably going to be already some patterns. What have you achieved in the past? And you feel like you're proud of this. You feel like you would want to create more of that. And any areas in your profession that you would excel and find satisfaction. Again, same thing as from before, leaning to your passion mission, you would start seeing and observing patterns. Sometimes there are jobs that we work and we don't love all of it. We don't love 100% of a job. However, there are some elements of it that really, really resonate with us deeply, right? How can we create more of that? And how can you adapt in skills and expertise to generate value for others now? The key word here is now. How can you stop being in your head and start executing immediately so that your new experience start changing something in your head? Same thing, after you've completed this writing, you take all this, copy paste ChatGPT, summarize, seek patterns, seek the themes. Your vocation, what will the world pay for? Same thing, if I could dedicate my life to solving only one problem, what would that be? What products or services, solutions people already desire? Think about your target audience, think about the skills and passions, think about different areas in your profession or expertise that are in demand. And again, look at the world. The world has all the answers already, and you have, because you are the world. You have all the answers already. What people are paying for, and any kind of resources. We already have been through personal resources exercise, right? But this is gonna be more personal resources audit. I'm gonna tag it here. You already have been through this exercise, but also think about resourcefulness. How can you generate more resources for yourself? That would give you this validation of your ideas, will give you new information. And same thing, based on my writing, what are my opportunities? All right, we're done here. Things to keep in mind. Clarity comes through action, right? Or another guiding principle, I would say, speed is a function of clarity. The more clarity you have, the faster you will move. And another thing with this Ikigai, this is an iterative process. No one's saying that, hey, you're gonna know absolutely everything perfectly, you're gonna nail it down from the first time. No, you do it one time and you keep coming back to this and you iterate on this. The more you progress, the more you learn, the more you execute, the more experience you gain, the new thoughts are coming and you fill it in and you see like, oh, I'm validating something here for myself. And Buddha said it best, right? At first you choose the path and then the path chooses you. And again, this is something that I'm using as a guiding principle. I'm less of a planner, but I'm quick to execute, because through execution, I'm learning much more. Of course, I set the vision, of course, I set the plan, but I jump into action, I stir the environment, something falls out of it, and I'm learning, like universe responds, right? Your reality responds to you. And if you are self-aware, you will be able to read the signs and translate the language of experience into what you need to do next. If there is intention, there shall be insight. True to that. If your mind is attuned, your mind is like an antenna. But if your mind is attuned and you are ready to receive that knowledge, you'll be seeking that knowledge and the knowledge will come. You are here for a reason. You're not discover this course, like my YouTube channel will not be discovered, any kind of content, anything that I create, my work will not be discovered by accident. Working with me, getting into one room with me, or one-on-one coaching with me, no one comes here by accident. People, in one shape or form, they are ready to receive that knowledge. And because they are ready, because there is intention to understand, there is insight. Hope this helps you live with purpose. Purpose-driven life is how you actualize your full potential. So do this work, find your reason for being, and keep iterating on this. Good luck.